You sacrifice a lot of your time and life force for this person that you invested in, and then they didn't reciprocate that the unconditional love you were showing them.
Yeah,
Now, did you meet this person in Albania?
yeah,
Is she Albanian?
yeah.
Where does a man like you think it's a good place to meet a woman? Maybe not right now because you're going through the healing process, but what would you think for people in their 30s, 40s to 50s, a good place to give it one more chance maybe if they decide to start dating again?
Listen, I don't think that there is a specific place or way to meet someone.
Okay.
You can meet someone in an unexpected way, and just you are more amazed even if you meet this person the way you wanted to meet. It's not about how you meet people, it's about who they really are. What is their world, their spirit, their heart, what they talk, what they say, what they really think about life, and what they really want to do about life. If you see someone who is genuine, who don't think inside the box, but really know how to feel people, how to treat people, how to understand people, how to make them happy, how to make them loved, and everything else.
Yeah.
It's more important than everything.
What do you think helps heal a broken heart?
I don't know, but no, I've been
When
heartbroken before.
when I went when I went through my heartbreak, when I went through my divorce, I got uh, I got really involved in church. I started going to church every single weekend because I was asking God for strength every day. And so I did that for a full year and it helped me. And then I started doing activities. And because I have a daughter, I had to be there for my daughter every single weekend because I have to pick her up every weekend. And I loved spending time with my daughter because that was the woman in my life still that I loved and she loved me unconditionally, right? So my daughter was such an important part of my life through my struggles, through my ups and downs. Do you have any kids?
No. And the way how I deal with my things, just being alone, not going out, just a few walks, because I don't wanna hear everybody's opinion about something. Because if someone is not there, they don't know what you experienced, and everyone can say a cold thought and a cold opinion. And that's why every time that I feel like this, I just don't wanna talk to no one, you know. And you're gonna say now, but you're talking to me.
No, it's just
You
that
will not gonna put this on
the
stream, bro, because I don't wanna feel, like those guys.
what guys
Guys crying about everything.
is that what you think people will project from your story?
Yeah.
Do you think that that is the culture here, or do you think it's a global thing?
Look, bro. What I think is simple.
Mm.
First moment that you open your heart to a woman, that you show to her that even you are emotional, that you have a good heart, good intention, and you can love unconditionally,
Mm.
that's the moment that she will never gonna love you. If a woman tells you that you're a good guy, you're done.
Yeah, I know that part.
Women go through people in general and through men who treat them badly,
Mm-hmm.
who treat them like they are nothing, who treat them like, make them seek their attention.
Mm-hmm.
That's what women want in general.
I learned that the hard way.
I know. I learned that the hard way either.
I learned that the hard way, but guess what? I tried being the bad guy. I tried being the other guy, and guess what? It worked.
I know.
But you know what? You know what else I figured out
That it was
is
not
that
something you wanted.
is that I didn't want to continue being that character.
I know. I tried
So
that too.
yeah, and so the things that you've overcome and the things that you're going through. I've been around for four decades. I can tell you that it's a tricky balance. I interview couples and I ask them sometimes, what do you think has been the most piece, the most important part, the most best ingredient to a successful relationship? And you know what I learned is that those people that have success in the relationship don't have social media. Isn't that interesting? That was one of the most common things is that they didn't have social media.
I know, bro, because you know, when you hear someone saying that I want time for myself to figure out everything, and you see posting every time on social media and accepting friends' follow requests, that tells you more about that person, you know. If someone want to focus on themselves, it's focus because one want to change for good, want to understand their bad things, their mistakes, the things that are not making them happy. But that can be done if you are trying every day seeking attention on social media and everywhere else.
Hmm.
Maybe I think this wrong, but I think that this is right. It depends on how people think about my opinion, you know?
You continue to change. What you think right now might be fact and the truth. 2 years from now might be far from what you discovered, and that's just the way it is. We're just moving with the best information we currently have based on our values, but that shifts as well. And that's what I was talking about before he sat down next to me. Is I was talking to the world, letting them know that yes, I have plans, and what I realize is that when I step out of my house with those plans and I have this rules and these expectations, most of the time, over 90% of the time, it doesn't go according to plan. So I have to remind myself every single day I get up that I have to reset my expectations to have minimal expectations. And it's a daily practice. It's a thing that you can't overcome it. It has to be part of your routine.
Yeah, but you do that, and I do that because we are humble and we are grateful.
Hmm.
Because we see the world differently. We see the world what really matters. Most of the people doesn't do that. Most of the people think they are grateful, but they are not. Most of the people think they are humble, but they are not.
Mm. You know, I read a book that taught me one important thing, and that's become more curious about a person, become more curious about a problem instead of judgmental. I'll give you an example. When I make a business partnership or I make a business decision, and the other party, the other person does something that took me by surprise in a negative way, I can dislike them, I can be angry at them. But I learned that if I look at the situation with curiosity instead of judgment, then it helps me understand why is it that their mind made it seem in their hearts and their mind that it's okay. So when I started analyzing things from a curious
You smoke?
standpoint, no. When I started analyzing it with why, right? Instead of being angry and judgmental, I realized I I felt like I was getting more data and becoming more wise because I was looking at it again from a different lens. And whether it's a business transaction, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a relationship, I started looking at my siblings, my families, when they would make a decision, instead of me being angry, I would try to breathe and say, I wonder why. I want to understand why. And then it goes back to everyone sees the world differently. So I learned that because I'm getting older, it's better to look at it with curiosity and not lose so much of your energy and health being judgmental and angry, but instead being curious and gathering more information.
Oh, I know that. Look, bro. What's your name again? Sorry.
My name is David Devado.
David? Devaro?
Devado?
Devaro. I'm not angry, or I'm not seeking whys and everything else. Why she left me, or why she doesn't love me, or stuff like that. Because in the end, everyone can choose for their life. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and even me either. I don't want someone besides me who doesn't want me for who I really am.
Mm.
So I understand about everything. But it's just one thing that I really feel sorry about
Yeah.
is that when you meet someone, and in the beginning they tell everything about how they want to be treated, what they really like in a man, in a human being, what are the values they appreciate, what are the standards they really, really care about. And when they say, how come you're single when you're so nice guy, so loved guy, so good guy. And in the end, it really changes.
Hmm.
And that's why I'm sorry that why people don't really, really see the things the way they want to see the things, but they change everything in the end. Everyone wants the right guy, but no one wants to be the right guy. You know, everyone wants the right one, but nobody want to be the right one. Because in the end, if this person, the first day, you say everything how she treated you in the end, trust me, she was gonna hate that person. So one thing that I really feel sorry about is that people don't want to be loved. People don't want peace. People don't want to be happy. People don't want anymore, you know, wake up in the morning and say thank you God for everything I have.
Well, there was a major shift over 20 years ago where it went from wanting to feel protected, wanting to feel seen, wanting to feel desired, to now where social media took over and everyone just wants quick validation and quick gratification. So the shift that you noticed happened over time, but people around our age are stunned by it because back then there was more authenticity, there was more genuine conversation and genuine relationships. And before, people used to build and people used to repair. Now people just throw things away. They don't fix things anymore.
You just find the easy way.
And guess what? I can't change that and you can't change that. The best part that we can do is realize that this is just a new chapter and this is a phase, and what goes around comes around, meaning humanity will change again. This is just this is just a wave and it won't be here forever,
I know.
because at the end of the day, like you said, people might think they want to be loved, and when you give them love, you fill their cup, they move on. But there will be a balance that will come back and you will see balance get restored. The most important that you can think that you can do right now is continue doing things that you enjoy doing. That way, when you start vibrating and you start healing and you start feeling a lot more energetic doing the things that you enjoy doing, eventually the world works this way. You will captivate people, you will captivate friends because you do what you enjoy doing. And if you end up dating again, continue doing yourself and the things that you enjoy doing and treat the other person like a bonus. Don't redirect all your attention to them because that's what they love. They want someone that's in motion, that's captivating, and they can connect and be a partnership and then go back to their separate ways.
Because
Because if we give all of our attention, all of our resources to that person, it's overwhelming because we're powerful. So when we give people all of our attention, it's so powerful that they don't appreciate it because it overwhelms them. So they rather redirect it. That's why when you're saying earlier about how women that don't get all the attention from other men are the women that stay with those men, that's the balance that we can embrace, and we use it because we understand women. We don't use it as a strategy. We don't use it as a tactic. We use it because we understand the woman's thought process. And there's men that love to love hard, like you and me, and that's okay. But we got to make sure it's the right person.
yeah, bro. But in the beginning, I thought it was the right person because about everything we talked about. And she really was in a deep phase of anxiety, depression, and everything else.
Yeah, me too.
And I took care about her, about everything. Look, I've been through my life through phases that I have to rebuild myself again and over again alone. I was for 2 years in depression, anxiety, panic attacks. I don't know where the fuck I was. Yet life brought me many other situations that I need to rebuild myself again, you know. But it comes a point that you are just tired. You don't
Exhausted.
want you don't want this to be another lesson for you. You don't want this to be another startup for you. You just goddamn, you just want at least once in your life just peace. Just someone to see who you really are. Just someone to be okay with that. Just someone to I don't expect someone to love me the way I love because I know how I love. Maybe I love like in the 60s, in the 80s. Yeah, I do that. And I don't expect nobody to love me the way I love them, but to feel overwhelmed.
I think with men, all we truly seek at the end of the day is we seek, for me personally, because I've been in relationships and I've been married, and even with my daughter, what I want as a man is respect and appreciation. Maybe more respect than appreciation, because Father's Day is a joke. No one cares about dads, But for me, appreciation and, like I said, the loyalty. Because trying to get anything else more than that, it's gonna be it's like a
Bro,
wish.
I know that because even Chris Rock once said,
Who?
only,
Chris Rock?
yeah, only dogs, kids, and women are loved unconditionally.
Yeah.
Men need always to provide to be loved. I know that, and that's so true. It's not just about me and you, but if you look everywhere around, it's all the same. It's all the same. If you don't provide, if you don't show to someone that you are strong, that you can figure out everything, that you can do much more than that, you're done. That's the world we live in.
Bro, do you realize two grown men from different countries came together and had a conversation that hits very deep? Do you see the value in that? Do you see what just happened when two people speak with an open heart?
Yeah, I see that. But it's a shame that there are only two people. All these people walking around.
Well, let me tell you something. I think we this this love, this connection cannot be kept a secret. I need I need your permission to share this with the entire world and let them decide for themselves how they want to live their lives. But this is information that if we wouldn't have sat down together and opened up our hearts and our minds, these are the conversations that you won't see on social media because social media is about entertainment. But my job is to put things out there that are raw, unfiltered. And you're one of the realest motherfuckers I've met so far because you don't sugarcoat, you keep it raw. And that's what I think people at the end, when they get tired of scrolling, laughing and giggling, I think they're gonna come to their senses and realize I think it's time for me to wake up and really see what's going on around me.
Bro, in these lives, it's really, really simple to be happy. You know, the moment you take away every distraction in your life, the moment that you start doing things slowly, not with a rush, the moment that you just for a couple of minutes a day sit sit down like this and think, why I'm doing all this in the end, why? The moment that you start to live the life for yourself, not for people's eyes, that's the moment that you really feel the sun. You really feel and sense the wind on yourself. And you start just to be happy.
Hmm.
And I'm at that point now, bro, that even if we try with people, I appreciate and value what you're doing right now, but even if you try with people, still they will not gonna understand the way you think, the way I think, the way we see the world. People are different.
Even if 100 people see this and we can touch one life, that life might touch thousands one day, bro.
Yeah, bro, but there is a problem. I always used to be the guy that I don't believe in religion. Religion is just an institution for me. I always used to believe only in God and only God. But now I don't believe anymore in God. And
What are your thoughts? What do you see now as the source? What, how do you perceive your being? Before you said it revolved around God, do you mean like no religion, it's like an atheist, just you and the maker?
yeah,
Okay, me too. I tried Jehovah Witness, one of my wife, right? Catholic, Christianity, atheist, and now at a point. Remember, I told you that as you get older, what you believe keeps changing.
yeah,
So now, right now, at this point, I'm more of a spiritualist.
yeah. But trust me, more many people, when you say to them that you are a spiritualist, they think you're crazy because they don't have the capacity to understand.
We will never have the capacity to understand.
Yeah,
This is what I mean by we use the information that actually makes us feel balanced and we propel forward with that information. It's only a human calculation, so it's flawed, but it's what keeps us going.
yeah. But where is the point to try to make people change, or to try to hope that maybe in 100 people, one will change for good, and that one will change many others? Where is the point in the end?
Because I've been in a situation where it only took one man to give me a different perspective and put me on the right path. Maybe not the exact path, but the right trajectory. And I want to make sure that I pass that on before I die to someone out there, a complete stranger, whole different time zone, but that's been heartbroken like the both of us. You understand?
I do. I really do. If you want to put this online, just don't put it with my face. Only voice. That's alright.
No face, but
I
my
don't
word.
want no one to see me and to know that it was me, because I don't want attention from people.
No face. I agree.
What's your YouTube channel?
Hi, David Devato. It's David Devato. And then they're all under the same name. Da-
Devaro.
yeah, David. And then DAV, like Victor, ATO, Devato.
Devaro.
David Devato.
Where are you originally from?
Uh, California, the United States. My mother's Hispanic. My dad's Vietnamese and Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things that I observed here while being in Albania is how come men, perfect example, how come they wear only dark colors? Usually black on black. Why is that?
Because in Albania, bro, we have been raised to be tough,
Well,
not to be loud, not too loud.
so that's why darker colors are more
When we
masculine.
when we were younger, we never heard words from our parents like "I love you," "You are a good boy," "You are," you know.
Yeah.
It was like we had our parents there, but we always been alone. And growing up, Albania had so many transitions. So 1997, the war, through immigration and everything else. And one thing that is stuck yet again in Albania is that people are materialist.
Oh yeah. Especially
People,
here in Block. Yeah.
people just want to see you for what you made in your life.
Status.
Yeah, that's what nowadays people call standards in people. Even if you have done drugs or everything else, illegal activity, doesn't care as long as you're rich. And this is both sides. Even women love this thing, men's envy these things. Because I've seen so many people that don't say anymore that yeah, he is a good human being, he is a good heart. But everyone says that life nowadays is tough, it's not cheap, you know. So what you provide, what is your safety zone for someone? People don't want to work anymore with each other, want to find things easy. And for Albanian men, this is the hardest part. Because here, if you don't have something, if you haven't reached anything in life, no one gonna see you with respect.
Yeah.
And that's why Albanian men just are always like an angry face,
Mm.
wear black, and just go with life. Because society here is totally wrong. The way people think, the way people treat people, the way people appreciate people is completely wrong.
When you look around and you see the newer kids like Generation Z, right? And you
Yeah,
see the teens, do you see the parents raising them different from the way your parents raised you, or is it still the same?
I think it's still the same. I think it's still the same. The only difference is just my generation. I mean, 1988, 1989, 1990 generation. I had go through so many things that Gen Z nowadays has been through, you know. And that's why we call ourselves that the lost generation. Because we had so many potential. We saw the world differently. But the world saw and is still seeing us differently now.
In a positive way?
In a wrong way, in a negative way. See, right now, this is Gen Z. This is Gen Z that you're seeing right now.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, bro, in the Western culture in the United States, thinking it's a modern country, it's the exact same thing. Most men right now are invisible.
I know.
And if you are not, like you said, a multimillionaire, or if you are not extremely handsome, you have to be either a millionaire or you have to be really good looking to get any sort of attention from a woman.
Even if you're a good looking man, it always comes someone better than you.
Oh yeah, you can only do that for so long, just like a
You
good
know,
looking
with
woman.
a good car, with good money. And trust me, bro, I have seen women that don't give a fuck about the look.
At the end, they want stability, they
Yeah.
want status, they want to
I
post beautiful
saw,
photos on Instagram.
I saw ugly fucks, rich ugly fucks, sorry for the word, having so many beautiful girls.
Yeah.
And I saw so many genuine, good-hearted, and good-looking men trying to be the best, trying to do the good every day, but invisible.
Hmm.
And that's why I feel sorry about it. And that's why it really, really makes me angry and pissed off every day, you know?
I know where you're coming from, and this is the reason I'm traveling, because I'm trying to find a location in the globe that has those old qualities, that old, you know what I'm talking about, like
Yeah,
70s, 80s,
yeah,
early 90s. And guess what? I'm probably never gonna find it. Do you know
yeah.
why? Because we're all interconnected through technology. So it's become this program across the globe. So it's this, what I mean by program is when you look at your rectangular device, women, men, they get programmed by that device. They sleep next to it. While you sleep next to it, there's theta waves going.
I think the same.
And so what it is like the only way you and I as men can find that girl is if we go to a third world country and we go out to a village. And in a village where the girl is tending to the goats, the chickens, has a garden, that's the kind of woman that you and I will fall in love with again. And the kind of woman that is not gonna go trade you. You know, I know it's nearly impossible, but I continue to travel around different countries and I can tell you that we're all screwed.
We're all screwed,
We're
really.
screwed. And so I laugh about it because is in a hospital bed right now that's not gonna wake up tomorrow.
I know,
And that's why me and you, we gotta laugh, even though sometimes it's painful.
I know. But people don't see these things.
But our
Everywhere you will go is the same now, bro. And if you're looking for that place, definitely Albania is not that place. Trust me. I've been living this fucked up country for so many years, bro.
yeah,
And the conversation that we are having together, you will not gonna find.
this is why you and I, we did our part today. Maybe we're not wealthy, monetarily rich, but the truth is, what we covered today holds value that's gonna appreciate over time, and that's something no one can take away.
I know, bro. But lately, I've been told from someone that I really loved and cared too much. What are your standards? You know, in the end, who I really was for her and who I really still am for her, they are not standards.
Yeah, we
We
gotta
did our
have
part.
standards.
We did our part. But finding nowadays people who really know what standards are, it's really rare.
Yeah, my mentor told me that. Remember, I told you like how this is supposed to be like a big video game, and we're supposed to continue to play.
Yeah,
Well, guess what? He said, David, keep playing, because if you stop playing now, like you don't have no more credits left, you're gonna be stuck on a sideline.
and it's
He
game
said
over.
it's better to stay in the game, because the longer you stay in the game, the better the odds will be, because wisdom and luck. So luck is basically labor upon correct knowledge. So the longer you stay in the game, the higher the chance that you will find success in some areas of life. So here you are and here I am playing the game. And we're not playing to, win a trophy. We're playing because we appreciate that we're still given air in our lungs to continue to participate in this strange game we call life.
Yeah, I figured that out. But
Right?
when I talk to people, when
Yeah.
I sometimes, rarely talk to people about this point of view of mine, I ended up being stupid.
What do you mean?
Because when I talk to someone the way you said to me, because I think the same, trust me. And I heard that you you're weird, or you're
Oh,
thinking things wrongly, or you know. But how long were you married?
say that again.
How long were you married?
Oh, this is the ironic part. So I was dating this girl in high school. We had a kid at an early age, at the age of 19, right? We were dating, we already had a kid, and then we moved in together, right? So we were together for many years, but guess what? When we finally decided to get married, we already had a kid, we're living together. So when we got married, we only lasted 6 months, bro. Bro, we were together for many, many, many years, but married, we only lasted 6 months. What a waste of money, bro.
Yeah,
Well, guess what? I'm laughing now because it's like, that's what I'm telling you. Is like you get to retrospect and look back at your life and thinking God has a sense of humor.
yeah.
Like, and his sense of humor could be very dark sometimes, bro.
I thought that the same.
But think about it, man. It's like I'm alive and I get to share this story. She got remarried and I
Oh
have
my
a
god.
child. It's like, it's okay.
So
It's okay, dude.
you think that women always separate or divorce from the men when they have a plan B?
I think women will
Because the
always
way
be
you're saying to
faithful.
me, she
Uh-huh.
already got married and you're still single.
Well, no, I had my fair share of great relationships after the divorce. Great relationships. And relationships where I thought to myself, I might end up getting remarried. But look, man, agree or disagree, when a man gets married, it's a business transaction, especially in the United States, because you would be amazed how much the man loses when it comes to divorce time. If
I
you have
know.
a house, oh my goodness, that's sad. If you have kids, ooh, So for me, it's very transactional when someone gets married in the States, because the women is will acquire so much and gain so much by doing so little.
Yeah.
So, so to answer your question, when I got divorced early in my life, before I started establishing myself, maybe that was the best, because imagine I had to split everything if I was extremely successful and then it happened. Oh man, that would have been a big time uppercut, like, but instead it was more of a jab,
Yeah.
so you gotta be thankful for everything, man. It's just like you just have to find a way to fucking smile and keep pushing forward. But hey, it happened early in my life, and like I said, it's life experience, and now I can share this story with someone who might be trying to. It sounds terrible, but someone might take a gamble thinking, should I marry this girl? And if you're hearing this, the answer is probably not. What are you gonna marry her for? Like, what are you gonna gain from it as a man?
Yeah.
Think about your life force.
I thought that and I still
Well, it's
was
okay.
willing to love.
You took a gamble. Look, I'm reading a book called The Psychology of Money, and it strictly talks about risk to reward. Everything that you do in life, what's the risk to reward? And sometimes when we get emotions mixed in, oh man, it never goes according to plan because it's not logical, it's emotional, and emotions come and go.
Yeah.
They go up and down. So,
I know. I heard a line somewhere that someone said, the reason that I'm successful in life, in every part of life, is because I always ask one question to myself in every situation possible. What is in it for me?
at this point right now, I know the circumstances because you shared things with me, but at this point right now, for for that young man, or for that mature man that thought he had it figured out, what would be a piece of advice that you can leave them with?
Look, my advice is simple. Everyone should live the life the way they want to live the life. If you want to really be free, if you want to really be happy in life, do the things because you feel them. Do the things because you love them. Do the things with small steps. Do the things with big steps. Do things easy, not rushing everything. But never forget, don't distract yourself from the environment we live, from people, from social media, and from everything else. Just sit down one day, write in a piece of paper what makes you happy, what you really want, and go through it. Start waking up with that love for yourself, first of all. Because in the end, everything we take here, we're always going to leave it behind.
Hmm.
We're not going to take it in the afterlife if that exists. So where is the point in the end? Just love, be loved, hug your family, hug your friend, get out, travel, read, do something good every day. Do something good every day. That's it. Life always gonna put us down, and always we have to get up. So why you worry so much about tomorrow, but after tomorrow? If something is meant to happen, it's always gonna happen. See the past with a smile. Don't be scared for the future. And just be present, just be here. All it counts, all it matters is now. What we do now will be history, and it will, somehow make the tomorrow better. Don't be scared to live the life. Don't be scared to accept yourself for who you are.
It's good value.
Just live. Be free. Be happy. Enjoy what life gave you.
Yeah. The only thing I want to add to that is, like my brother said, is do what makes you as an individual happy. You can only vibrate at your highest when you're doing something that you're excited about. When you're doing things that you yourself are excited about, nothing else matters and time becomes irrelevant. And the last thing I want to leave you guys with is the best things in life are free.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. But people don't see that.
Huh?
People don't see that.
My ass hurts from sitting here for so long, bro.
Me too, bro.